Welcome to my channel under my business name Incredifold. And something I decided to do something new this year is to start drawing my dreams, right? And it's a big part of my life, my testimony, um, and even though I often tell people about my dreams, they never really see it. So I thought, why not draw it? I have the skills, I got the tools, I just need to put it together. You can find my work at Incredifold.com, where I design and create innovative and creative origami lamps out of paper and 3D printing. I assemble and design everything to give you something that is made in US. And so, this very first video is about um, my love life. Yeah, it's complicated. Um, but basically, this video is about the dream of my girl, right? And obviously, I won't say who she is. And as you can see here, I'm drawing the interior of a car. And at that time, I think it was around 2016. Yeah, 2016 when I graduated from college at MIAD, Milwaukee Institute of Art Design. And I worked at, I left General Motors at the headquarters in Michigan, Detroit. And so I went back to Milwaukee, and I was still dating a girl. I won't say her name, obviously. And we were still together, and I decided to seek out God. I decided to become a Christian, basically. I found Jesus, and I was very fresh and very young, and I was, I think 23 at the time. Around there, yeah. And so, one of the first very questions I asked was my ex the one? You know, was she the one, right? We want to know if we have our soulmate, and so the idea of asking God if she is the one, I just came to this realization that, you know, because you know how people go to Match.com, they go to Bagel Meets Donuts, or all those dating sites, basically, and they ask on the dating site, you know, to find their match. And but for me, I thought, you know, if God knows everyone, if He, you know, meaning Jesus, if He understands everyone's hearts and their thoughts, and then why would He not understand or be able to find out who my soulmate is? And so my question to God was, is my current girlfriend at that time, is she the one? Is she the one for me? And just like that, because I just wanted to know, because, you know, if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this girl, you know, is it going to work out? You know, and does He know? And it was like a wholehearted question, right? It wasn't I didn't ask and then doubted. I'm like, oh, is the guy going to answer? Is he going to answer? I just simply asked and waited. And then it was that night. That night I received an answer, and it was through a dream. And, you know, first and foremost, I don't really get dreams from God. Or, no, what I mean to say is, I don't really dream. I'm not a dreamer. Like, it's very common for me to forget my dreams. And my life as a Christian, it kicked off me becoming a dreamer. I didn't expect that. And this was one of the very first dream. As you can see me drawing here, right? This is fast forwarded. I was sitting in the interior of my car, a Kia Rio, and I was driving, of course, but I think I was driving. We were in motion. But then there was a girl next to me, and she was looking at me while she was sitting there, and it felt like it was summer, like it was bright, it was daylight, and I knew that I was happy, right? It was happy, and the dream was very short. It was just me in the car. I was smiling at her. She looked at me and she smiled at me, and she was happy, and I was happy, and I felt complete, and it felt amazing. But it also felt different from my current girlfriend at that time. But I also knew that it wasn't her, right? It was just like the understanding. Like I understood that it is not her. My current ex, I mean current girlfriend in that time. Then when I asked if this girl of mine was the one, God basically said no. Right? He said no through understanding, if that makes sense. Yeah, and so I'm trying to draw in a specific view, because this is what I saw. Um, the best as when I'm sitting there, I'm turning my head to the right, and this is what I see. And even though I'm adding more details to her, like the body, the clothing, the pants, but the fact is, the actual dream, she was blurry. I couldn't see her face. I cannot make anything of her face. It was like her clothing. I don't remember what clothing she was wearing, but all I knew is that it was a girl. And she was short. Strange. It was another feature that she was shorter than me. And by the way she was sitting too, seems like she was a bit smaller. And for me, I'm 8. I'm 5 feet 8. Yeah, I'm 5 feet 8. And so obviously for this drawing, I'm giving her more features. Her face, her eyes, and giving her some color. And but to me, she was blurry. Right, this person was blurry in my dream because I did not know her. She was like a girl from the future, and I did not know. But once I woke up, I was sad, right? Because I realized that this girl that I was dating was not the one. And even though, see, I never told her this dream, right? I don't think I told anyone about this dream. And so basically, I lived on with that, and her and I, we struggled to keep it together. I struggled. She was an international student. She moved back, and I lived here. I was born and raised here, and we tried to make it work, and it didn't work, and she didn't like that I became a Christian, and so that was also another struggle, right? That I wanted to be clean. I wanted to be different. I just wanted to be better than I used to be, and to her, this is not her lifestyle, and so it was also a test of, do I choose to accept what God has said to me, or do I choose what's in front of me and hold on to that? And so, even though it was hard, and I held on for a minute, but I realized that it was going to be hard as well. That it wasn't going to work out, and it was going to be a struggle for both of us, and not just, it was also a struggle for me. She wanted me, but I couldn't see us being together, and me being a Christian was too hard, and I needed someone to I needed to be with someone who would also accept God. But yeah, so this is the beginning of my journey of my love life, and it gets pretty complicated. But I will continue to draw sequels and the dreams, and to show you what it looks like, and yeah. But something I want to share too is the idea of asking God, asking Jesus advice about relationship is a huge key in finding the right the right spouse, right? I'm talking about right guy for a girl, right girl for a guy, obviously. And because so often we, too many people these days, they seek out relationships according to their own means, according to what they see and what looks right to them, what features they can see and they can feel, they can touch. And they miss, sometimes some of those people miss out on what God really wanted for them, right? Sometimes some people are hidden, they're like a hidden gem, and God is trying to lead you to a certain person, but you look at this person, you say that, oh, they don't dress well, or they're poor, and then you dismiss them, just forgetting that this person is actually more valuable than you think. um, we miss those little things that are important to marriage and important to relationships. And and so for me, I just gave it all to God, my relationships, because it wasn't working out without him. And so in the act of giving it to him, I ask him who is the one for me, right? And obviously that takes a lot of faith, and not praising myself here, because part of my part of the journey that I'm going to show you later on is that it's been really hard for me. It's been, spoiler alert, this is this dream it was in 2016, right? Yeah, right when I got saved, around 2016. I mean, it's 2021 now, 2022, and it's an ongoing long process. And because what led to being happening was leading me to someone very specific, and then waiting. That's the hard part, the waiting part, right? But that's also another test. How much do I trust God? That even though He gave me the answer, how much do I actually trust Him?